Hello, 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 all my beautiful, amazing, fantastic machine heads. Welcome, 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 welcome to a brand new series where Fury is back. I'm back, I'm back, I'm back. It's been a long 2 weeks since I've actually talked to you guys, since I've actually done anything. I want to thank you guys all for giving me the space and the time that I needed to get my head straight. But we're back, baby. We're back and we're better than ever. So we are going to start a new series in homage to that. Let's go, let's go, let's go. As you can see, we start with $20,000. We are on the Vintage Oaks map. We start with all of our equipment. We start with 20 cows, and where we are starting is way down here on the dairy farm, straight down here. We own fields 47, 48, 49, and 50. 50 and 49 are grass fields. 47 and 48 are canola fields. We are not going to use straw on this map, so we're not doing manure at all. We are not going to go super realistic, although we are going to go semi-realistic, which means that everything on the fields gets done exactly the way it's supposed to be. And we're going to play 4x speed 1 day months, and I will take as long as I need to get through to the next day. I'm not going to rush it anymore. We're wrapping up, guys. We're wrapping up with Fs22 and all the other series that I was playing, the Court Farms, the County Line, all those maps were, I was just clearing my head. If you guys notice, I was literally just putting out time lapses for the most part. In 14 days, I only put out one recorded video. So, like one narrated video. So it's been a long haul, that's for sure. We're going to bring back the little bit longer videos, and we're going to just play, and we're going to have a lot of fun. And we're back, everybody. Just like I said, I want to thank everybody for giving me the space, the time, and the energy that I needed to get everything straightened out. It's been a long haul, not going to lie. It's been an absolute long haul. It's been 14 days since I've narrated, and I was starting to get antsy. Was discussing it with a few friends of mine on other channels, and they kind of misunderstood what I was trying to say, but that's okay. We're not gonna say anything like that. What I needed is I just needed to be able to, with everything that's gone on in my life, I just needed to get my head straight, and what I needed to do was get onto a new map and get back to this. We may not put out as many videos as we were before. I'm not stressing about it anymore. What we're going to do is we're going to put out narrated videos, and we're going to have a lot of fun doing it. But I will guarantee one thing is that we will come back. When we come back, it will be a new month every single time. So with that note, we are on the Vintage Oaks maps by Farm Sim Briscoe, a really super friend of the channel's. Welcome in, everybody. We are going to get this series started. So we start out with 20 cows in our little cow pen. We have a total of 300 cows on our farm, and that's about right. That's about right for realism, because if you realize in real life that, you know, anything over 100 cows is a lot of work, so let alone 300. So we're going to keep our herds a little bit smaller, our equipment a little bit smaller. We're going to go a little bit different equipment than we've ever used before, so it's kind of cool. Some of the stuff that's the same because I love it so much, and some of the stuff is a little bit different. So we already have the Omatana's multi-tank. That's for our milk. We are going completely green on this map. We are going with the Mesopret, or Mep Rosette slurry spreader with the ability to buy slurry. So this is our fertilizer right here. We are not going to run precision farming at all. I got real tired of it on the county line, where you're constantly trying to have to adjust this. I'd rather just fertilize it twice. I do enough of that stuff in real life. I don't want to have to play it with the game as well. Our equipment is down here. For the most part, we do have equipment kind of spread all over. Here is our PF, I do believe it is the Roper mulcher. It's only 4 meters wide, 4.7 meter K-brand mowers. They came with the series, so we just kept them. JCB teletruck, shall we say. And over here, what we're going to do is we're going to mow grass. We're going to bring it into our grass dryer, which has been fully upgraded. We started with 1.25 million. I bought the farm. I bought all the equipment. I bought this. I fully upgraded it. We're going to mow grass. We're going to bring one load here for our hay, one load into the bunker. So we are going to do bunker silo in this. It's going to be great. And then over here is our loading wagon. Only holds 16,000. We started super small, everybody. Super small with our equipment so that we have the ability to build up. Here's our total mixed ration. Now, in our animals, we only started with hay. I'll get ready here and show you guys. We only started with 18,000 hay because we bought a couple of bales and put it in there. This map does accept bales. There is a little trick to the manure. As you guys know, many of you guys are playing this map. The manure spawns right here, but you've got to put it right here for it to work. If you put it anywhere else in here, it will not spawn the manure. So you have to put it right here with either a loading wagon, a trailer, or blow it in, one of the two. Once it goes here, it will start to produce it right here, which is kind of neat. You can come in and muck it out. We're not going to play any of that. As long as the temperature's above 50. Now, once it starts getting colder, we may switch over to straw, because this is a pretty open cow pen, not going to lie. In the middle of winter, this would be freezing. The cows would probably die. But anyways, then I'm going over here. We start with the Marastel Mash header with only a 5 meter header on it. That's it. We're starting small, guys. Then we start with our lime spreader, our MB feed. This is a Russian fertilizer spreader / lime spreader, and then our little Rudolph wagon. Everything on the map will be used and be realistic as far as the equipment. You guys know how I roll, but that gave me a chance to get everything straightened around as far as this is the style I want to do, and I got thinking about it. And we used to do ultra realistic, which is great, but after 2 or 3 episodes of 2 mile an hour harvesting, it was even getting annoying for me. When you're doing it in real life, it's not so bad, but when you do it in a game, it's like, ugh, come on. And the fields on all these maps feel a little bit bigger than they really are. 5 acre field in real life is not that big, but in game wise, it seems like forever. But okay, so in here, we start with our tractor. We are going to play with the Steyr 8150, 160 horsepower. That's the only tractor. We're going to do a 1 tractor farm and our seeder. Now, we never got a chance to use this on Court Farms because it was too big. And how sad is that? It's only literally 3.5 or 4 meters wide, and it was too big for Court Farms. Couldn't fit in the hedges, or you couldn't fit into the fields. So we're going to try it on this one. We are going to purchase pallets of seed, and when we get a chance, we only start with 20,000. So anyways, let's get going. We're going to play out of cab Steyr. This is 61296. I'm sorry. 160 horsepower. This is a mod. This is an absolutely fantastic mod. Which reminds me, for Russell, he likes the let's get down here. He likes the volume turned up just a little bit more. When I play it by myself, I turn it down to 50%. But we'll go up here so you guys can kind of hear it a little bit. So let's get going. This has a front mower on it. This only 140 horsepower to pull these mowers, so we should be okay on that. We're not using manual attach, so we're going to just go semi-realistic, which we're going to do what we got to do to get the fields ready. We're just going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of discussions. We're going to start bringing back trivia. I'm going to start bringing back, I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about, I'm going to kind of take Russell's ideas and kind of use them with mine. And I'm going to teach you guys a little bit about my area and where I live and how we do things around here and what we have to do for entertainment and things like that. So you guys can learn a little bit about my area that I live in, which is kind of cool. Plus, we're going to have our normal trivia. We're going to have some stuff done. I'm going to put out videos more or less the way I want them from now on, instead of trying to put out one every single day. I'm going to work on, that was a promise that I made to my wife, is that I would literally put out videos not as much stressed as I am going to be just putting out more quality so I can come and spend some time with you guys. So if I do things not necessarily, oops, I got to turn it down, Russ. I'm sorry. When I talk, you can't have it so loud because it feels like you're yelling over it. I'm just not going to stress. As you can see, we're going to mow this at regular speeds. We're not going to go, we want to get stuff done, but we also want to have fun doing it. So I can explain to you guys in real life how it works and that sort of thing. So if you have any questions about real life farming, all that stuff, I will definitely answer them, and that sort of thing. I know that many of you were frustrated about the time lapses, and so was I. But I just didn't feel like entertaining. I hope you guys can understand that. this up now. So there we go. So we can go right around the corner with this. Now this tractor has quite a few gears on it. I think in the description it said it was made in 1976, which is pretty cool. I'm not quite sure. I did not research it myself, to be honest with you guys. But, and this is set up too. We could play it in cab if we wanted to mow with. We're just going to play out here. We're going to have a little bit of time to relax. A little bit of time to just kind of enjoy ourselves. And I'm going to start making the videos a lot more enjoyable. Well, that missed that quite a bit there. And we're just going to have fun. We're just going to come on, we're going to have fun. We're going to do the things like we used to do, but we're also going to make it so that we get some stuff done. The time lapses were, absolutely, they were glad, I was very blessed with those. God blessed me with the ability to put out time lapses to still put out content, but, and it gave me a chance to not have to come in, and think about things and get stuff set up and think about what you're going to do and how I want to teach things. So it was nice, There we go. We'll mow this, and then we'll turn it around and we'll put that up. Just first couple passes, and then we'll be able to back up all the way. But as you can see, we're not going to stress. And I wanted to let a couple of my really good friends know I didn't switch maps because I'm chasing views. I'm done with that. I've been done with that for a while. I changed maps because I wanted a fresh start. I wanted a fresh start with being back and being excited and being ready. And I'm glad. I'm really happy that it took me less than 2 weeks to get everything situated and back in order where it needed to be. But I was worried. I'm not going to lie. I was worried that I was going to run into a situation where it was months and months and months, and I know many of you were getting frustrated that I was gone. Many of you gave support, but many of you were concerned, and many of you were starting to express concern about, hey, I want the old videos back, and I get it. So do I. So did I. Been super busy in real life. It's getting fall. You guys all know we're getting prepared and doing things we need to do on the farm, so that's pretty cool. So now we will raise this. But yeah, I learned a lot about myself in the last 2 weeks. I learned a lot about myself and what style I like playing and what kind of videos I like playing. I do like and I do enjoy the 20-minute videos, but I'm not going to exaggerate when I tell you that there's times when it feels like you just can't get enough done. You can't. Which is where the time lapses came in, and it was nice, but on the same token, it was just like 20 minutes. I was like, okay, I barely did one project. We're going to try like heck to not have any workers, but we are allowed to use them if we want. We do not have a loan. I have rearranged the money. As you guys see, you guys know that I've always been, where am I here? I've always been transparent. I've, land purchases, all that stuff, but I did add some money and take some out. As you can see by the $225,000, I put some money in to be able to purchase the things that we needed to get started on the farm. But we don't have a loan or anything, and this is where we're starting at $20,000. So we're going to play it off that somebody gave us a farm and that we are ready to go, but we only have $20,000 in the bank, and we'll make a go at it. I'm not going to do a story mode, that's for sure, but I am going to do it, kind of follow it. There's the entrance to the other grass field that we want. We are also going to do one grass field and then another, like, so that we have, like, if I do this grass field and then next month do a harvest, then the following month do a grass field. By the time I get that done, my first grass field will be ready. Because we do want to expand on this map. We do definitely want to not be stuck with the same fields over and over and over again. We want to start moving out to different fields. We want to start moving out around the map. And this is a 4X map. I am not going to put any kind of crazy goals on me anymore from now on. I'm going to play maps, especially going into Fs22. I'm going to play maps for as long as I want to play them. And I don't care if I put out 4 videos for a map and get bored of it and move on. That's just the way it is. But when I find maps that I love, I will stay on them for sure. Or if there's people enjoying the series, And that doesn't mean I'm going to watch views. That doesn't mean I'm going to track that. I'm just going to, you can tell when people don't want it. And I think the truth is a lot of people are getting tired of Farm Sim 22. I think we're just getting all excited about the new map coming out. So for me, I have to bring the excitement back to my channel. I have to get it situated and things like that. I think I can one more pass. But we're not gonna stress about the realism, not anymore. But we are gonna stress about learning still and doing what we need to do. So, I know that many of you have lots and lots and lots of questions, and I know that many of you have been kind of afraid to ask lately because of the situation I've been in. But ask away now, please, please, please. I know that many of you have you've always asked me questions, and I'm going forward. I'm not going to spend a lot of time shouting people out anymore, with the exception of maybe a couple. Basically, without getting into it too much, the people who shout me out is going to get the shout outs in return. I'm not going to. It's hard to say it without being negative, because you guys know I don't like to be negative on my channel. I don't want to put out shout outs for somebody that doesn't want to do it in return for me. So I will give the shout outs where they're given, and that doesn't mean I don't love those people any less. I absolutely love them with all my heart and soul, but I just won't, I have to be me. And what I mean by that is I promised my wife coming back, because listen, guys and gals, and everybody else who's watching this, the truth be known, you guys have always known I've been very truthful to you. I was never going to narrate again, ever. I was done with it. I was finished with it. I was going to switch my channel over to 100% time-lapse. I wasn't coming back. But by the grace of God and people that are close to me who talked me back into it, that's the only reason I've come back. But I wasn't going to do it. I was done entertaining. I was done. I was just going to turn this channel, like I said, 100% into a time-lapse channel. And that would have been fine too, because we still would have got the end goal. We still would have got maps played. But don't get me wrong. I watch a lot of time lapses. I really do. I watch a lot of people do time lapses, and but I don't watch the whole video. And to me, what frustrated me the most about time lapses is the fact that you could put out an hour's worth of gameplay and it's 20 minutes long, and you get a minute worth of watch time because there's nothing to interact with. You're just kind of watching a guy play a game. So that gets people frustrated. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, and it isn't what it isn't, if you know what I mean. But, we're making some cool changes, and we're making some fun changes, and it'll be the old Fury back as far as communicating and things like that with you. I'm still going to watch all my favorite streamers. I'm still going to watch all my favorite content creators and all their live streams, because I will be in there. But the support has to happen in reverse, and if it doesn't, then I'll still support them, but it won't be any crazy shout-outs and things like that anymore. Just not going to happen. And I'm sure that they understand that. I'm sure that they understand that. But going forward, I'm hoping they give the support back. I'm not going to exaggerate when I tell you guys that it is super nice to be able to get the return support back. And there's a couple of you that are doing it. There's a couple of you that are giving it back, and I am eternally grateful for that. But there's a couple of you that aren't, and that's fine. Nobody's begging you. I'm not coming on here begging for that. But we all want to support each other. But on that note, we're just. I wanna just take it slow. I'm not gonna rush videos out anymore. I'm not gonna go crazy trying to get 7-day-a-week videos coming out, because I think. Sorry, as I clear my throat in your ear holes. I think a lot of my problem is I'm a product of my own demise. I get on here and I think I have to put out. I'm still in the old mindset, because let me explain to you guys how I started Farm Sim. Many of you guys are fully aware of who Atomic 67 and Grizzly Bear Sims are. They're really, really, really super friends of mine. Recently, within the last year or so, we've lost. Might be closer to 2. We lost Atomic 67. He passed away at a very young age. To me, young, because I'm older. Well, I'm not as old as him, but I'm getting there. But we recently lost him, and all the things that he taught us and all that stuff over the years has just sunk in, and now we're doing it. But when I first started to farm sim videos, and I started making kind of tentatively videos in Fs17, but didn't really get into heavy farm sim until 19 as far as videos. Now, I've been playing and modding farm sim since Fs11 and 13. I'm not even going to raise that now. So I've been around the communities of farm sim for a long time. You figure, let's see, it's been 3 years at Fs22. It was 3 years for Fs19. It was 3 years for Fs17, and it was only 2 years for 15 and 2 years for 13. So you're talking the better part of 15 years I've been around the farm sim community. So I know a vast majority of them, a majority of the people. I know a vast amount of people personally. But when I started making my story here full circle, sorry, I can't talk for a second there. Atomic 67 used to always tell me, and Grizzly Bear Sims would always tell me, when you're beginning, you got to pump out, content. Just get out 7, 6, 7, 8 days in a row, sometimes two videos a day, just to get your channel noticed. And I'm still with, let's say, realistically 6 years now, pretty close, of being videos. Now, in Fs19, it wasn't crazy amount of videos that I did. Realistically, I mean, I think I did a series on Meadow Grove Farm, and I did a series on No Man's Land, and I did a couple other series on Fs19, but there was maybe 5 or 6 or 7, I think. And I did a few videos in Fs17, but it was not what it is now. But I'm still in the mindset, let's say realistically 4 years I've been doing YouTube itself, and forever, just still wanting to pump out videos. So I always am in the back of my mind, I got to get content out. After speaking with my wife and some really close people to myself, that doesn't need to happen anymore. I would rather put out videos that are more quality and more interactive and more in depth as far as me teaching and things like that, and put less videos out, but put better, like, quality is quality. I mean, my computer's only going to give you so much quality. Your computer's going to give you so much quality. Your PlayStation, your Xbox, whatever you record on is only going to give you so much quality. That's it. Whatever you have is what you have. So I can't change the quality of what it is too much. I mean, I can. There's always ways to fix it. Oh, you know what I forgot? We didn't buy a pressure washer. And why are we down to 1948? Is it using fuel, maybe? Might be. You know what? Let's make sure that we got everything turned off here. Lime required on, weeds off, slow. Fuel usage low. Okay, everything is off. So, I don't know. Must have been I hit something. Maybe I hit worker or something while I was talking. But anyways, getting back to my story, I am at the point in my life now and in the farm sim career that I would rather start slowing down. So, for me, the best thing that could have ever happened was, and I thank Ronnie for that, even though we lost him, and he's not in pain anymore, and we were in pain a long time, not thinking of him, or thinking that, missing him. One thing he did teach me is I was able to look within myself and think, if I want to do this, and I want to make videos, and I want to continue to make them, then I got to change what I do. I've got to think about what I'm doing and not so much try to put out as much content. And I hope that you guys can understand. It will still be, I would almost guarantee, still be at least a minimum of 2 times a week that I'll put a video out and go from there. But it will be a new month every time that we come back. So we will, we're going to go through, per week. Let's get that off, raise that up, fold this up. Fold this down. I do like this K-brand mower for the simple fact of it folds down like this, so you can actually back it in and get what you need to do. All right, so now we're going to grab our windrower. We're going to start windrowing, and we're about 25 minutes in. All right, guys, so what we're going to do, instead of having the first ever trivia, Let's have, and I actually could have bought a roller too, but we'll just fertilize it with lime slurry for now. In your farm sim adventures, what is your all-time favorite map? As far as, give me your top 3 maps that you love, that you cannot play anything but. Like, we all, let's face it, we all switch around and jump around. And what was your, in Fs22, we're going to go Fs22 first because we're into that, we're finishing it up, and as we wrap up, I'll start asking questions about that. But now, in your travels of Farm Sim 22 and everything, whether you're a casual player, whether you're a content creator, whether you're a serious Farm Sim player, what is your all-time favorite Farm Sim 22 map? Whoops, over here. I can tell you my top 2. Okay, my top 2, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. Probably number 1 would be Oceanside Forest. It's because I've went back to it 3 or 4 times. I don't know what it is about it. It's a logging map. I don't know what it is about it, but there's just something about it that kept drawing me back. I've played on it. I've done 3 series on that map, and it's just something. We've completed 3 series on that map, which is pretty cool. So my number 1 for Farm Sim 22. Now, that's not my all-time favorite maps. I don't want you guys to get confused. I'm talking about just Farm Sim 22 maps. What was the top 2 maps that you got that absolutely got you hooked? And you're just like, I got to play this. Like, it would get you thinking about it. Mine was Oceanside Forest was number 1, and number 2 was Yukon Valley. I don't know what it is about it. It's just something about, now we're going to do our headlands last, everybody. So we're going to actually start down the other end, because what we do in real life is we do our headlands last. And so we're going to work on that a little bit. Does it matter which way you do it? No, not when you're doing hay. It really doesn't matter. Half dozen one another. But we're going to try it that way. My first one is Oceanside Forest, and my second is Yukon Valley. Believe it or not, the conversions for Yukon Valley by RG Modding, the Real Gamers Modding, or the Realistic Gaming Crew, I'm sorry. Just absolutely amazing people and amazing map. So those are my top 2, which would be Oceanside Forest and Yukon Valley. And then there's some other ones that I really enjoyed playing. No Man's Land. I've enjoyed playing Court Farms. I enjoyed playing Calmsden Farms. As you guys fully know, most of you know me and been part of my channel for a while. I'm a huge UK map fan. There's just more detail in it. Farm Sim Briscoe's put out a couple of good maps. I've played on each and every one of his maps. I've played on the Oaks. I've played on Saxthorpe. I've played on the Vintage Oaks. So he does really good maps, and they really feel in depth, and they're set up for realism, and he does a good job. But I've done a lot of playlists for FS22. Not gonna lie, done them all. Done pretty much every map out there. Played on it for a little while. But it's exciting. It's exciting to get excited about Farm Sim 25 coming up. There we go. Now we'll start doubling this up. This is a 4.7 meter. But those are my 2. What is your guys' 2? Leave it in the comments. Let me know. Be sure you guys are liking and subscribing and sharing the video on your other. If you have multiple channels, many of my content creator, really close friends of mine are on multiple social medias. They're on Twitch. They're on YouTube. So, don't be afraid to share my channel. It doesn't hurt. It definitely won't hurt me at all. And we'll get, every time we play now, we'll start asking you guys questions about, because here's the thing, let's be truthful for a minute, since this whole video has been me just kind of telling you guys what's going on with me. And I know more about, I don't know a lot about you guys. And that's the truth. Like, you guys come and I talk. There's a few of you that I'm super close with, my Russells and my Big A's and my Grizzly Bear Sims and my MT Pockets and my Van Ham Gamings, and those guys, they all know me and I know them. They know a lot of my personal life. They know what's going on. They know that, what's going on in my life. But I don't know, the casual viewer that comes on and watches my channel. I don't know that much about you guys. So I'm going to start asking questions about little things like that, and hopefully you guys respond, because what the channel has lacked lately, we have been amazing with the views, and we've been amazing with getting you guys to watch the content and stay engaged and things like that. What I'd like to do is start pushing the likes and obviously the subscriptions. So if you guys get a chance and you know of people that would enjoy my content, don't hesitate to tell them that, steer them this way. Get them to hit that little thumbs up and that little subscribe button, because it'll mean the world to me. I'm doing this for you guys. I'm definitely not doing it for the money. That's for sure. I'm definitely not. It's definitely a hobby. YouTube they pay money. They really do. You can make money at YouTube, but until you get big enough, you're not really making a lot of money. Let's be truthful. But you do make money. I'm not, going to exaggerate that, and I'm not going to hurt YouTube at all, because they've been amazing to me. They've been a great company to basically work for. Let's face it, as a content creator, you actually work for them. You do the job. Your job is to put out videos. Their job is to put ads on the video to make money for themselves, and that's it. And then hopefully you get a nice following, and we've got a really good following here. We are getting subs. We are getting people that are going, but, we all dream of going viral. We all do that. So I'd like to see us, try to, kind of push each other and see which channels we can get bigger and which channels that we can push each other to watch, and just be a community, because I've been a member of other communities, and it's not fun at all. Some of the gaming communities out there are kind of like ruthless. Like Black Ops 6 just dropped, and I know a lot of people that play that, and I know a lot of people that play it for the wrong reasons, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so let me know in the comments what your top 2 favorite maps for Farm Sim 22 is. Rub my eye a minute. My glasses were fogging up. The temperature here is really starting to drop. We are definitely into fall. I think we're going to get down to 40s tonight, which means soon it's going to be that W thing, and it's going to have the S on the ground. We're going to have some snow on the ground before you know it. It doesn't stop. It always happens every year. But we're knee-deep into preparing for winter now. That's what we're doing, and that's the way it is. Everybody who knows that. Many of my content creator friends have lots of cool series going on. Russ has got a cool one on Valley Springs, and he teaches people about New Zealand. Big A's got Hills of Tuscany, and I think he's on Sri Lanka, and he's on Twitch as much as YouTube. So check him out. Check those guys out. Go see them. I wish my mentor would come back. I wish that Grizzly Bear Sims would come and make videos, but I think he might be done. I think he might be wrapped up and finished with this Farm Sim thing. He got extremely burned out, just like we all do. I've been there at least 20 times in my career of doing YouTube videos. You get burned out. You really do. So when I came back this time, I made a promise to my wife that no more 7-day-a-week videos. I'm going to put out a video. I'm going to let it ride for a while. I'm going to play the game off camera and get set up for the next video. And when it's ready, when I feel like the video's been out for a few days, or enough time for people to watch it, then we'll drop another one. Because I'm going to tell you guys, that when you drop 7-day-a-week videos, it's great for the content, but you really don't have a chance to let that, as I throw my quotation marks up, that slow burn happen. And as a content creator, that's the ones that make you money, is the ones that, go 400, 500, 600 views, and you go, whoa, where'd that come from? Those are the ones that make you money. I'm also going to challenge you guys to watch a little bit more of my videos. I know that many of you guys love the shorter videos. You love the 20-minute videos. We're all busy. Every single one of us is busy in real life. Every one of us. But for me, I feel like it's easier to put out, 45 to an hour videos and get some stuff done. Because if I'm going to sit down and record late night, and you guys all know that I record late at night. And I had a most wonderful visit with my son. He came up from Georgia. It was really nice to see him. It was great. Got to see him and his dog. It was really fantastic. Had a lot of fun. He's only up here for 2 days, but it was enough to visit with him. He knows I miss him. If you're putting out content 7 days a week, it's kind of like It doesn't give people enough time to watch the videos. It kind of like whatever you get within that 12-hour to 24-hour period, that's all you get. Because as soon as the new one drops, everybody's on to the new one. So we wanna give it a chance to grow a little bit and maybe grow the channel, and you guys get to know me a little bit more. I get to know you guys a little bit more, because let's face it, if I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna stay up till 11:30, 12 o'clock at night recording anyways, I'm gonna put out a little bit longer video and just do it less often, and that way I don't have to stress. Because time lapses are easy. I'm not gonna exaggerate that. Time lapses are easy. You just record, you speed them up, you edit them. There's a little more editing to go on with it. But you speed them up, and then when it's all on YouTube, then you put music up on it, and you're ready to go. And it's bang, and I can record those. I come home on my lunch and record those and get them all done, and they're ready to go. But the easier ones are to come and narrate. So that's just come talk to you guys. I put it up on the editing machine, and it literally takes less time to edit it when it's just my voice than it does to do it with the time lapse, because time lapses are weird because you got to get them at a certain speed. If you get them any faster, like there's people out there that time lapse at like 7 times speed, and it's crazy because it makes people nauseous. The camera's doing one of these things for like over and over and over and over again, and it makes people nauseous. So I tend to time lapse at like 2x, just enough to keep the time moving. So I'll record for an hour. It's 3x, I'm sorry. So I record for an hour, and I bring it up to about 20-minute video. But like I said earlier, I enjoy the 20 minutes. You come in, you get out, you get done. But many a times you get kind of like wake up and the next morning, and you don't feel like you've accomplished anything on the farm. And I know ultimately part of gaming and part of content creator is to move a storyline, move a series at a certain pace. You want to kind of keep going. You don't want to be like, I'm learning this the hard way. That's why I can talk to you guys from truth, because when you're harvesting 2, 3, 4 times in a row, people go, well, I don't want to see this again. And they see the thumbnail of you harvesting again, and you're like, nah. You got to always have it a new month, something new that you're doing, something constantly. People like to see progress. Me too. When I watch some of the time-lapse channels out there, and I watch a lot of them. I watch Let's Time Lapse It. I watch 4K Gaming. I watch... there's a couple other people that I watch that just strictly do time lapses, and they're great, and they're awesome, and I watch them because I support the people. But I click around too. I click through it really quick. I don't necessarily want to watch 20 minutes of somebody going around in circles without any interaction. I gravitate more towards the narrating videos. I gravitate more towards people who talk. And people who interact, whether it's a recorded video or not. Look at Daggerwin. He's got such a system down. It's absolutely amazing. Like, he puts out his 25. He goes anywhere between 25 and 38 minutes, but he doesn't go over 30 minutes. 38 minutes, I'm sorry. That's the longest video he's ever done. But he keeps it right around the same thing. He's got the same intro, same outro, same everything. Kind of like I do. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? But as we approach the 40-minute mark, thank you guys for coming in. Thank you for spending your evening with me, your morning, your night, your day, whenever you're watching this. Thank you guys for spending the time to watch it. But yeah, I want to challenge you guys to watch a little bit more of the videos. If we can get, I think what I'm going to do, I also have to start putting out some members only, because you guys, if you want, you can join the Fury Machine Gaming immediate family, because you guys know that I always call you guys family members. And I got to start putting out some videos for that. There's many people that have been members of mine for a long time, and they don't get anything extra. I got to get the merch set up. There's so many things I got to do, but I've had so many. You guys know. I've had so many extracurricular things going on in my life that I'm just starting, and we're getting ready for September 1st here. I'm recording this on Friday night. September 1st is tomorrow or Sunday, one of the 2 days. We're already into September, guys and gals. It goes really, really crazy fast. So my apologies for the jumping all over the videos. There was a time when I was going through and just it was driving myself mad that I couldn't find out what the you're constantly chasing that algorithm that YouTube always puts out, and it'll drive you bonkers. It'll drive you crazy. But I'm back, and I'm excited, and the narrating videos are gonna go from here on out. And so if I've got to stay up late and put them out, like I said, I'll put out a little bit longer ones and make it worth your guys' while to watch the videos, but I'll put out less of them. So what I want to do is challenge you guys. Even if you only have 20 minutes to watch the video, watch the video for 20 minutes, maybe come back to it the following day and watch the rest of it. Because I'm going to start rewarding you guys for if I ask questions or if I say stuff in certain time frames, and if you catch it, then you'll be able to get rewarded. Maybe get your name shouted out, maybe get some stuff going on. We got a lot of things that my wife and I are working on, so that we can get things straightened out. We got to get things going, because Fs22, I want to have this stuff all ready to go so that we're not playing games come Fs22. I've already pre-ordered it. I'm excited about it. I got the season pass, all that stuff already. Super excited about it. It drops right around the time of my race. I run November 3rd, I think it is, and I think that's when Farm Sim drops, or November 5th. It's right around the same time. It's like within a couple of days. It's been exciting. Got lots and lots going on in my life. I'm not going to bore you guys too much with what's going on, but there's a lot. There's a lot been going on. Some family issues, some not family issues, and we're not going to bring it up on the channel because we don't want to bring you guys down, but I just really want to have you guys enjoy coming, enjoy the content. We're also going to set it up to where if we can get a certain amount of likes and a certain amount of views and a certain amount of comments, then we're going to start letting you guys get rewarded, and maybe bring up, we've done this before in the past. We might bring it back. Maybe we'll bring back a series that is for you, by you, and the people who comment will get to pick tractors and get to pick the kind of gameplay I do. And there's some people out there that have been bugging me for like a factory only series or a contractor only series. That's one thing I've never done before. I don't do contracts, generally speaking. I usually leave that for the guys like Big A. Big A loves his contracts, and that's his thing. And I try to be respectful and not trip over. Like, I try to be as respectful as I can to other content creators, even though it doesn't really matter what I put out because we're all doing the same thing. But I try to be respectful. Like, if Big A is on a certain map, I'm not going to go jump on it and play on it just because I want to. I'm going to still be respectful and let him have his space and let him have his time to do his map. I purposely waited on Alma until he was done with it, out of respect for him. Same thing with like Russell or Van Ham Gaming. I'm not going to go start a series on Valley Springs. I've been there, done that, first of all. But I'm not going to go start a series on it because Russell's doing a series on him. That would be disrespectful. And when you call somebody your friend, that's just disrespectful. Just let them have their space. And there's so many maps around that we can all play on and do things. And they do the same for me, though. They won't go on a map that I'm on just because I'm on it, you know. Like the same thing with Van Ham Gaming. Like, he's got his little maps that he plays, and I stay away from him. And he's got his games that he plays, and I stay away from him. I just support him by watching him. I don't try not to play the same game. I think that's just me. Do I have to be that way? No. I could do whatever I wanted if I'm a grown person and they're all grown people and they can say and do whatever they want. But I do it because it's a respect thing. Now that would have torn those tines right off that. That is a massive hill. So, as you can see, we are doing the headlands last. We're going down and we leave ourselves a good probably 6 to 8 feet at the end that we can come through and, oops, I don't need to go over that close. That we can come through and windrow it up. We'll make 2 windrows out of it and be done with it. Oh my gosh, 43 minutes. I do know when you record, the time goes faster. Boy, I tell you, there's many a times. You guys have caught me too. There's been many a times when I'm recording, like when I was on Court Farms and I was harvesting. No, what was I doing? I think it was harvesting. I was harvesting a wheat field and I fell asleep. And I was doing one of these things, and I'm going along. Next thing you know, get down here to the end, and I'll raise this. Next thing you know, I'm doing this. for like 7 minutes straight. I just sat there because I passed out. Because time lapses, they're great. Like I said, they're great. I have fun doing them. Whoops, I gotta go over here. But there's no interaction. It's literally just me playing the game, and I like to come and interact with you guys. I always have. That's why I did it. That's why I went out and bought this expensive microphone. I have a Shure microphone. They have 4700 or 470 something. It's got a four in front of the number. I don't know the exact number because my kid bought it for me, but it's on a boom mic. And I went out and bought this because I enjoy talking. I don't enjoy sitting here just playing the game. I did it. I do it. And let's face it, and I'm not going to say it'll never happen again because it may. You know what I mean? I use it for when I'm busy. I use it for when I start getting burnt out. I can still get content out without having to interact. I use it when I get frustrated. I use it for many multitudes of reasoning. You know what I mean? I use it for a relaxation thing. If I'm getting too many videos out and I'm starting to get burned out on a thing, I'll just whip off a time lapse, and it allows me to, because I'm playing the game generally speaking anyways, guys. I really am. I'm 7 days a week I'm playing this game. I started playing a new game today, Path of Exile. Am I good at it? Absolutely not. Horrible at those like dungeon type games, but just something different. And you know what? If I get good enough at it, maybe I'll stream it. Or not stream it. Maybe I'll record it. I do miss streaming. Not going to exaggerate that one either. I do miss streaming, but I made a promise to a couple family members that I would not stream anymore, so we're not going to stream. And that's just the way it is. You know, I'm not saying never, because we all know never's a long time. I may wake up tomorrow and decide to change my channel again. That's just who I am. A lot of it's my ADD. A lot of it's just, you know, you go through your own brain most of the time, and you start over-analyzing things. A lot of it's my horoscope. I'm a Sagittarius. Well, I'm actually both. I was born on the cusp. So I'm a Scorpio and Sagittarius. I was born on the last day of a Scorpio and the first day of Sagittarius. So literally, I'm on a cusp. So I get the worst of both worlds. And if you believe in that stuff, which I don't, but on the same token, I do. I think it's fascinating. Too many people are not like believing it. They're living it just like it says they're supposed to, and it's weird without them even knowing it. Like I've met so many people that are my horoscope and are identical to me, and we never met in our lives or anything. Sagittarius is, if you want a little brief history about it, it is we're basically the jokesters. We like to we're very lighthearted. We're very everything is funny to us. Everything to a Sagittarius, but we're also fighters too, because that's what the sign is the horse with the guy with the bow and arrow, the hunter. We're hunters. We search out. We're aggressive. We search out and we hunt, but we're also jokesters. But the Scorpio side of me is I hold a grudge. When I get wronged and I get hurt, then I'm mad forever at that person or whatever. And it takes me a long time to do that, you know. And it's pretty fascinating, and I've learned a lot about it, and it's fascinating that I don't even know how true it is. I'm not gonna claim that this, you know, I'm the great messiah with horoscopes. All I can tell you is I've researched it. I don't know like the true ins and outs of it. I just know what I am. And it was kind of funny because before we even started playing around with it and looking it up and stuff, that my wife is complete opposite. Each horoscope has its sun and its moon and all that stuff, and it's kind of ridiculous. Let's face it. It's kind of like out there. I think somebody designed it so that they can have something to talk about, to be honest with you. I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything like that in life. I'm a realist. That's definitely the one thing. I look at the real side of everything. But I'm, you know, I do know when stuff's like malarkey and things like that. We all know that. But I think someone made it to give some people, you know, stuff to talk about. But it is fascinating to see people that are living the way that the horoscope says without them even knowing it. It's crazy. So it's fun. It's just done in jest, and it's fun, and I have a blast doing it, just kind of messing around with it and seeing what's happening. But before my wife and I started reading these books on it and starting looking into it, and we've been married a long time, 43 years now, so we've been married a long time. She's opposite. Each horoscope has their opposite person, and that's generally who you're attracted to. That's why the old saying says, opposites attract. It's true. I mean, our best people that we stay with for any long length of time are not like us, because they fill a void with us that we don't have ourselves. They're opposites. They're people like, I have people in my life right now, and people in the farm sim community. I am absolutely so envious of Big A, because he is a person that's set in his ways. He does what he wants, how he wants on his channel. He doesn't have any qualms about telling you that that's the way it is. And I'm envious, because I'm not that type of person. I'm completely opposite of that. I hold a lot down inside, and I keep everything down in. And then when I get mad, I'm mad for a long time. And a lot of it could just be fixed by me just saying no, or me by, doing this or doing that. And I'm very envious, guys like Russell who are putting out videos the way they want to do it, and they don't care. They don't look at the views. They don't look at all that stuff. They just put out videos with the way they want to do it, and they're going to be big someday. They're going to be there someday. I really encourage you guys to go watch those two guys, Russell Whitlock on YouTube and Big A over on YouTube and Twitch. I also recommend you guys check out Grizzly Bear Sims. Maybe if he gets enough subscribers to his channel that he will be back. And don't hesitate to throw a like and a subscribe on Atomic 67's channel. His wife keeps it up so that we can go and hear his voice and reminisce about the old days with him. He was a big part of the community. Eustace Farmer was his name when I first met him. And it became Atomic 67 when he started. Him and his wife started playing other games, and it was pretty fascinating. And to see them interact together and hear them interact together on the camera. He didn't live stream at all. He just recorded videos. But I know that towards the end of his life, he had moved to Florida. They were in the press. I don't know if it was Florida or a different state. Don't quote me on that, but I know that he had moved. And he bought a house, and he was house hunting for a while, and he would tell us about the stories about that stuff. And it was pretty good. But he had, as I told my wife, he had one of those radio voices. If you know what I mean? Like I only dream about those. Grizzly Bears the same way. Their voices are just, that keeps you enthralled. You know what I mean? So, but anyways, we're getting about almost 53 minutes into the video now. I'm going to finish this here. We'll get to our hour mark. We'll finish up wherever we leave off. And then I will play for either the rest of the day or when I feel it necessary. I might just play an hour and then come back and do a second video in this day. I don't know. Those are all decisions I'm going to have to make as I fly. But I think after what I said in the beginning of this video, I think I'll come back in September, if you know what I mean. Because that's what I said in the beginning of the video, and I don't want to steer away from that. Bad enough I change half the time anyways. Like a lot of times, guys, I get into the point where I 5, 6, 7 episodes in, and I thought, okay, I got to change equipment because I'm trying to give you guys something different to watch. But I realize now that that's not necessarily the case. I realize now that you guys, majority of you guys, like the fact I'm using the same tractors and like the fact that I'm using the same windrowers. You guys just want to see progression as far as different fields and different, I don't think too many people watch the money anymore. I was a big proponent on constantly being transparent as far as showing you guys the money that I have and all that stuff. But I realize now that it's not as important as I thought it was. I really thought it was important, but it's not. And for Fs22, I may just, for the heck of it, shut the HUD off. If you know what I mean? Just to not worry myself with it anymore and just play with what we can play. But so we'll do that, and then we'll bring down here. We're not going to bale. We just got the loading wagon, so we're going to pick up the grass. We're going to put one load in the grass dryer and then one load into the bunker silo. Now, it's going to take 2 or 3 full months for that to go. Right now we have enough in our cows. I have the extended mod on. Let me get my mouse here so I can reach over and stretch out a little bit here. As you can see right here, this right here is a mod that tells you how much food they eat and how much they eat for the year. 7,000 a day. We have 17,000, so we almost have enough for 3 full months right now. So I'm hoping that within the 2 months, by the time this food runs out, that silage will be ready in there, so that we can start mixing up total mix rations. Because here's what's happened: it will always use the higher amount first. So if you put TMR in there right now, it will use that, and then the hay sits there and doesn't do anything. They won't eat it. So I'd like to use that hay that I bought. I bought this hay bales. I'd like to use it up first. So hopefully by September, October, by November, that bunker silo will be ready, because November 1st, we're going to have to feed them. Or in the beginning of November, we're going to have to feed them because they're going to be out. And I'd like to feed them TMR. You know what I mean? So we started with a telehandler, the little tele-truck, and we'll use that, and we will upgrade. We will eventually get a telehandler, then a wheel loader, and all that stuff. I also think the last couple series that I've done have progressed too quickly. And what I mean by that is when I was on County Line, I was making so much. I was making probably about $40,000 on hard mode just from the harvest because the fields were so big. When you have a 9, 10, 11, 15-acre field, it tends to start paying really well. And if you've got oats in there, or you've got soybeans in there, or canola, it's going to pay really well. So I was making that, and I had upgraded, and I changed it again, and I upgraded it, and I tried to go back to being small. But by the time once you get used to making, once you get used to using bigger equipment, it's really horrible to go back to this small stuff. If you stay small, it's easier to upgrade upwards. But man, if you try to go backwards, I tried it twice. It's rough. But yeah, I get into the whole thing of 4 or 5 episodes in, I always got to think, wow, gosh, I got to change this tractor or whatever. People are sick of seeing the Steyr, but I realize now that's not the case. So we're working on that. At about the 58-minute mark, I will literally give our goodbyes, and then that's it. And then off camera, we'll pick all this up, and we'll go from there, and we'll try to get it set up, because this is already planted in grass. So the only thing we really have to do is either roll it or fertilize it. I'm going to use slurry since we can buy it. You know what I mean? I got that slurry buy point. That's a mod. That's the slurry manure trading system, it's called. It's a mod. It's on the in-game mod hub, where you can actually purchase the manure. You can also take and make your own manure from the compost and things like that. So, pretty good mod. I've also downgraded with quite a few mods in this one. I'm down to only about 70 mods for this series. I took out precision. I got a lot of stuff that I yanked out of here that I wasn't using. I don't like precision. I do like it for the realism, but I don't. You know what I mean? I just don't. It's just too much work to try to buy samples and remember them and all that stuff. So, all right, just hit the 58-minute mark. So you guys know you haven't heard my intro or my outro in forever. I haven't said it in forever. Hope I can remember it. So on that note, guys, we are finishing up episode number 1. And we're going to continue with this series all the way up till Fs22. Now we're going to go with this series, and we're done. This is a series I want to play on. So on that note, please, please, please look out for yourselves, look out for each other, and most importantly, look out for each other's families. Be sure to like and subscribe and share. Hit the little notification ding ding bell so you get notified when Fury drops a video. Be sure to enjoy the night, the day, the weekend, whenever you are watching this. And remember, I love you all, and I will catch you right back here on the flip side when we get, I'm going to let it ride for a few days and see where we're going to go. This video will drop tomorrow on Saturday, and we'll go from there. You know, got about a minute left, which is good. We can kind of talk our way out, which is great. It's just fantastic. What a great episode to come back to. What a great episode. Challenge yourself to watch as much as, if we can get the watch time up to anything above 15 minutes, then I will start doing some really cool stuff for the channel. I want to reward you guys for watching the videos and staying with me for as long as you did. There. So we're going to now pick this up, shut this off, fold this down, head back to the farm, and as we get closer, I will shut her down. I will just hit the stop record button while we're driving, and then I'll finish driving it back. Oh, we got to come do the... Nope, I got to get this back out. I got to do the headlands. Forgot about that. I'm just going to do them straight across and be done with it. There we go. This little Steyr tractor is nice, whoever did the mod on this. So there we go, guys and gals. We're going to wrap it up right there in 3, 2, 1. I love you all, and I will catch you right back here on the flip side.